Hello, so this is my second analysis for the analysis assignment, and for this game I chose For Sale, who is published by Aldi and designed by Stephen Dora. We playtested it in class a few weeks ago. I don't know the exact date. I playtested with Jelle Kouwberg and John Krijger. I'll first quickly explain the gameplay and then go on with the classification and dissection. For Sale is made out of 2 rounds. The first round consists of each time 3 cards being placed on the table, and each player can put money to it. The one who bets the highest amount of money gets it. First, one player says, I want to pay 1 money for the highest card. Then the other says, no, I'll pay 2, until someone says, I don't want to play anymore, and then he takes his money back. And then the one who put in most money gets the highest card, and the one who puts least money in gets the lowest card. You do this to every house card is played, and then you go to the next phase. You have a few cards in your hand, and there are checks on the table, and you have to face down put your house card down, and everyone does that. And when everyone is done, you turn over, and the one with the highest score gets the highest check, and the one with the lowest score gets the lowest check. As for the classification, there is not a very strong narrative in the game, but it is abstract, although it does have a simulation of the real world, as you buy and sell houses and try to make as much money. It's very realistic in that sense. It does depend on chance quite a bit, because the 3 cards that are put on the table from the pile are completely random, as well as the 3 checks that are put in the table. But further than that, you can choose which card to play. And this game is completely physical. The core agency, I already explained it. First round, you have to choose how much money you're willing to pay for the best house, and guess how much the rest of the players wants to pay for that house. For example, if there are 3 very similar houses, you don't mind if you have the lowest card, but if the lowest and highest card are very far apart, you really want the highest card. Also, you have to spend your money well, not pay a whole lot for a not so good card. And you still have to have money at the end of the round, because, well, maybe there's a really good card that comes at the end. The goal of the game is to make as much money as possible, and that you make mostly with selling the houses again. Again, the same mechanics apply if all checks are average or equal to each other. You don't have to put a very good house in, but if one is really high and one is really low, you have to put in a good house to get the best check. The theme is that of a real estate investor. You have to buy houses and sell houses at the right time to make a lot of money. As I said, there are 2 types of cards, house cards and checks, and also money fishes for the first round for the game. The target audience is very broad. A minimum age officially is 10 years old, and it's played by 3 to 6 players. As I said, the goal is to make as much money as possible, and it takes about 30 minutes to finish. And because the game is mostly just cards, the game can be played anywhere. All you do need is the money fishes, the house cards, and the checks, as these are what the game is all about, how you pay for houses and sell houses. The phases are determined by the amount of cards. When every card is played, every house card is played, you go to the second round, and if a check card is played, you count your money. And the rules are about buying and selling houses. Like I explained, with the one who pays the most money or the best house gets the best result. And because every player has to put the house face down, you have to guess what the others did, and what cards they still have in their hands and stuff. As for the game articulation for the play mechanics, the impact the players make has quite a bit of impact, as they can choose what they put down, but they don't have a whole lot of impact because the putting down of the cards, the 3 cards that are on table, are completely random. The choices are therefore not that interesting, and the goals kind of stay the same. You do take action a lot. Every round of rounds are very short. It's a quick game, and every round you make choices and kind of get new goals. It's clear what you have to do. It's, however, the actual goal, how you get there, is harder. You want to make as much money, but you don't always have a good overview of are you doing well or not. In the gameplay experience, the player only needs basic insights in strategy and an attention span of around 30 minutes. And you only need to be able to put cards or money pieces down. There's not a lot of anticipation and surprise. After 2 rounds of buying houses or selling houses, the mechanic stays the same, and it's not that interesting anymore. There is satisfaction when you get a very good check for a really crappy house, and it's easy to understand therefore. And mastery is not that hard either, because it's not a very exciting game. And after 2 rounds of each phase, you know what you do. It's easy to get composure, but you don't feel very empowered because you don't feel like you're winning while you're doing it. The result is only visible at the very end of the game. The gameplay as competition, chance, and skill competition, because you're trying to first steal the houses from your competitors and later sell them for more than your friend's house. Chance, because the cards that are put on the table are completely random, and skill, because you have to make a strategy, gauge how the other players are doing and what they're going to put down. So that's it for my second analysis.